The debutant Delaney, and down on the inside third Pashmina, being followed by Bella's Keeper, who's worked up well into fourth, placing ahead of Orange Strudel. They're followed by Dragon Commander, the grey Olaf. Further back Southern Warrior, Paris Texas, a day back in the field as they come around the turn in the boot, followed by Clever Dick, and last of all as they come around the bend is Paradini. Into the home straight here, the heavily backed Hoboken, the leader, challenged on the outside by Delaney though. Hoboken Delaney coming away to fight it out. On the outside Delaney, Hoboken has to dig in and fight at the 100. Hoboken Delaney, the debutant on the outside, hits the lead though and has run right up to its impressive trial performances. Delaney too good for the heavily backed Hoboken, and third home is Pashmina G Paris Texas. It was whizzing home late in a race where back markers were clearly not really suited, and running on as well Dragon Commander, Paradini from Olaf, then Orange Strudel, Clever Dick, followed by Bella's Keeper, Southern Warrior, and in the boot has wound up Stone Motherless last. Number 9 is the winner, Delaney, ridden by Troy Turner, $3.60 and $1.70. Very, very impressive in its recent public trials at Larkhill, where it has run the clock and run it well. And today forced to do it outside of the race fit Hoboken and put it away despite the level of intense support for Hoboken. Pashmina third, Paris Texas back in the ruck, running on, and with the rail out there certainly in race one, it made it awfully hard for those back in the ruck to get to the line. Stand by for all details, but it is 9, 1, 12, 6. 9, 1, 12 and 6 in 58.72. And this has been a very impressive debut by Delaney. A filly by Trade Fair. From the Quest for Fame mare under request for Brett Pope and C. Matthews, M. Bowden and Mrs. P. Rusden. Trained by Brett Pope, handled by Troy Turner. Pulling clear of Hoboken, the Statue of Liberty, Spectrum's Image Gelding for Nev, Carolyn Parnham, Johnny Riley, Sean Kenny, D. Williams, Mrs. B. Davidson and G. Joyce. Ridden by Stephen Parnham, and number 12 Pashmina, a newcomer by Henny Hughes out of Sugar Fix for B and J Lee, Colin Webster, Paz and Michelle Princey, trained by Colin Webster, the rider Jordan Turner. A length and a half by half a length, the last 600 34. So Delaney too good for them, and it ran some very, very impressive times. Fastest, in fact, at both of its trial performances on the day of any of the trials run there at Larkhill. And when Turner pulled the persuader, this filly really knuckled hard, and she put paid to Hoboken over the last 100, and they gapped the others. Race number 2 for the day, the stream live on Tab Touch handicap, 1,000 metres the distance at 7 minutes after 2 o'clock, and a field of 8 starters. 360, 170, Delaney, Hoboken 170, big value the place, Pashmina $8.10. Well, this is clearly a filly with a bright future in front of her. Let's head down to Adam McGrath. He joins us in the winner's enclosure, and no surprise to see the filly win. It's the way that she's done it that suggests that she's got plenty to look forward to.
Brett, as Darren mentioned, always nice to bring trial form to the races, but impressive as well considering the amount of speed that looked to be in this race on paper.
Yeah, well, she's very quick filly, and you know, she couldn't find the front out the gate, so that just shows how quick they were going. And you know, for her first start, she sat outside the leader and really hit the line good.
You mentioned getting out of the gates, had a couple of trials, not by choice, I believe.
No, she's just been a bit sticky getting in. Like, she's good in the gates, but just stood flat-footed, like just yeah, didn't want to go in and play ball. So we've had to go back to trials a few times, do a bit of work at home, and yeah, we finally got her worked out the right way to get her in, and yeah, it looks like we might have a bit of fun now.
It must be really rewarding to come to the track, get into the barriers safely as well, jump and then win a race like this, as I said, with some really good form lines around the Hoboken, Paris Texas as these type as well. Yeah,
well, she's always shown ability. I said to Troy when I legged him up, you know, just bear in mind she's never been tested with a whip before, so everything she's done on natural ability. So I said, watch it doesn't sort of run around, even though she's pretty well schooled, but just be careful if you do have to go for her, just keep her balance.
With the class that she's shown today, do you chase some bigger races or you just go after West Speed?
At the moment, I think we'll just go through our classes, hopefully pick up a bit of prize money along the way and see what happens from there.
And I guess a bit of reward for you personally as well with the breeding.
Yeah, we breed a couple at home, and we've had a bit of luck. We've bred this one in Cramden. They're our 2 3-year-olds for the year, so both won first up, and looks like they've got ability. It's good.
Great to see you having some luck with them, mate. Congratulations on the win.
Cheers, thank you.
We'll grab winning jockey now, Troy Turner. Troy, you would have known from the trials, plenty of speed, but always great to do it on race day.
Yeah, that's right. She's done well in her trials, and she had a little bit of trouble getting the barriers at one stage, but Popey sorted her out there, and it's good to get her across the line, and hopefully she can improve with the run.
Brett mentioned those 2 issues to us, behind the barriers and then that never been tested out with the whip. Tell us about both of those and how you felt during the race.
Yeah, look, I had to really test her just to sort of put her mind on the job. Like I said, she's never been really put under too much pressure in her trials, but she responded well, and she's come through it well. Like she coped with it quite well. Come back to scale, she's wouldn't blow a candle out, so she's right on the mark.
From the field, she got plenty of upside?
I think so. You know, she's a nice type of horse. You know, so I think she'll go places.
Good ride, mate. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
There's Troy Turner, the winning jockey aboard of Delaney, which is taking out its first ever race on debut, the 3-year-old filly by Trade Fair.